Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaskaram. A very good evening to everyone. I, Priyanka Bharde, welcome you all to Natya Manthan, a virtual live talk show with eminent gurus of Indian classical dance and music. Proudly presented by Department of Language and Culture, Telangana, Indian Council of Cultural Relations, Hyderabad, Surmandal, Hyderabad, and Sri Hiranmayi Kuchipudi Nrithyalay, Hyderabad. The mind of an artist, a sage, a creator of beautiful objects has no turmoil. Although it is also true that a deep churning is required for forming the best of the best creations also. Natya Manthan is a humble effort to churn the knowledge and experiences of stalwarts of Indian classical arts to brighten the paths of young dancers. I request Shri Mamidi Harikrishna Garu, Director of Department of Language and Culture, Telangana, to welcome the panel and the viewers.
Yeah,
Welcome, sir.
welcome. Yeah, thank you. I would like to say my heartfelt congratulations to Priyanka for taking this initiative to take next level. So it is a proud presentation of Department of Language and Culture, Government of Telangana, and Surmandal, Hyderabad, and Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Hyderabad, and of course Hiranmayi Kuchipudi Nrithyalaya. So we know well nowadays these times are very pandemic times, and especially everybody has been suffering like anything due to the COVID-19 and many other things that are related to that one. But especially the art fraternity are suffering like anything. So we know pretty well. So because an artist and art form has to be exhibited, it is a performing art. So whenever, whichever, whatever, the thing is that an artist is very much happy enough when that particular art form that was devised or that was designed by the artist has to be exhibited, performed, and showcased. So these times are very troubled times and turmoil days. So of course, in spite of all these things, Corona is made us to stay at home and to restrict ourselves to everything. But Corona cannot control the creativity. So that is the reason the Department of Language and Culture, Government of Telangana have devised a 6C strategy. 6C strategy. C stands for, every C stands for one important connotation. So that is, Corona cannot control culture, creativity, and cinema. So whichever, whatever the artists they are there, they have already since the times of Janata curfew, which was imposed in India on March 22nd. So the Department of Language and Culture has took another initiative and made a digital platform and go online by telecasting different sorts of programs. So it may be a dance online festival or theater online festival or whichever, whatever. So likewise here, Hiranmayi Nrithyalaya, Kuchipudi Nrithyalaya, is one of the prominent organization which is very much dedicated and committed for promotion of art, culture, and especially the classical dance form of Kuchipudi and other art forms also. So here, the young, aspiring, and very ambitious lady, and herself a wonderful artist, Priyanka is there. And Priyanka took that initiative to make a Natya Manthan. So these are all the times that we have to churn out ourselves. It is a brainstorming session. So whatever the greatest experience that we have already had and acquired since many decades of dedicating ourselves to different dance forms, either it may be Kuchipudi, Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, Manipuri, Odissi, or Perini, whichever. So the thing is that here, whenever the dance exponents, the dancers, the dance experts, and the persons who are excelled themselves in the field of dance are come together to take their views and to share their views and opinions for making the things to happen in the days to come. So it is a really wonderful moment, not only for the Department of Language and Culture, Government of Telangana, but also all the art fraternity across India. So who are participating in these wonderful sessions of Natya Manthan. So I would like to say my heartfelt congratulations and welcome to you all the important participants who are taking part to today's session and the days to come and the sessions to come in the on Sundays. So here I would like to say one more thing. So after all, dance is nothing less than, none the less than Manthan. So that is the reason it has been termed as Natya Manthan. So whenever we would like to get the nectar or Amrita, so what we have to do is that we have to churn it out. So that is the message that has been given by our Puranas at the time of Samudra Manthan. So that has been made with the Meru mountain, and demons and angels are both the sides, and that Adisheshu has become the rope to churn out that particular Meru mountain, and many things have been come up. So Kalpataru has been come up from that particular churning out, the Manthan. So the Manthan, these are all the byproducts of the greatest Manthan. So Kalpataru has came out, Airavatam has came out, and Kalpavruksha has came out, and Nectar has came out, and many other things have been came out from that particular churning out process. So here, today onwards and every Sunday in the days to come, in the weeks to come, the Kuchipudi Nrithyalaya, Hiranmayi Kuchipudi Nrithyalaya, under the wonderful coordination and leadership of the young artist, young dancers, Priyanka is going to take a wonderful initiative to put all the important dancers and dance exponents across India to put together, to come together, to make a wonderful brainstorming session and share their experiences in their respective fields. So here, one of the important aspect is that one person's experience is worth millions of books, because books may be a replica to the experiences of human journey. So here, this journey is related to the promotion of the dance, promotion of the art. So every exponent who are taking part in this particular brainstorming session, Natya Manthan, are excelled themselves in one or the other field, and had a wonderful experiences to cherish, nourish, and to share. So these experiences will definitely enrich the knowledge of the young artists and the offspring, the best generations to come. So that is the reason the Natya Manthan has been taken place, and the Natya Manthan has been designed in such a fashion that it will be a wonderful brainstorming session, and sharing of knowledge and sharing of experience and sharing of the things that are being happening in and around the world in respect of the dance and the contemporary art. So here, this Natya Manthan will definitely fit the bill and serve the purpose of the idea and the aim of this particular launching of this particular program. And I hope this definitely will go and make a wonderful impact across the art fraternity. And I would like to say my heartfelt congratulations for all the dance exponents who have expressed their willingness to come and take part and share their experiences in this particular Natya Manthan. So, because many names are there, so I don't want to mention the names, but all the people who are come across with the wonderful experience and knowledge and many other things, skills also, their yours life experiences and the problems, the impediments, the hindrances or obstacles that you have already faced in cherishing and nourishing this particular art form. These are all the learning experience to the next people, next generation people. So I feel it's my privilege to welcome you all on this very auspicious occasion of launching a wonderful Natya Manthan today onwards. And the Department of Language and Culture, Government of Telangana, is very much happy to associate with Hiranmayi Kuchipudi Nrithyalaya and taking this wonderful mission to next level. So I welcome you all and celebrate, share experiences, and enrich our knowledge. So I too follow all the sessions that is going to happen after some time. But the thing is that this will enhance our knowledge. These sessions will definitely enhance our knowledge, enrich our knowledge, and at the same time emancipate ourselves from the entire things that are being to happen. So I would like to say my heartfelt congratulations and thanks to one and all. And at the same time, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and fight with Corona with all the precautionary measures. So these Corona times, Corona Manthan, Corona Natya Manthan, rather it may be. So I like to congratulate and welcome you all, and all the best to all the best to all the participants and all the dance exponents who are taking part in this wonderful Natya Manthan. Natya Manthan welcomes you with warm heart, with a wonderful thoughts of Happy Diwali in advance. So because the Diwali is in the days to come, so I would like to say my heartfelt Diwali greetings to one and all. At the same time, as you know well, दिया दिया जले तो हमारा सभी darkness will be go out. So this Diwali and this Natyamanthan will make a path for creating a wonderful idea to come out from the COVID on one hand, and the other hand to promote, support, encourage, and give space for all the art forms. All the best, all the best, all the best, and I welcome with warm heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious presence. And I'm so happy to be associated with the Department of Language and Culture, Telangana. It's with your blessings that we are starting this first episode.
Yeah, all the
Thank you,
best.
sir. Thank you. So, before we start today's discussion, I would like to introduce my esteemed panel for today. Our first speaker for today is my beloved guru, my inspiration, the reason for my journey of dance, Kuchipudi guru from Hyderabad, Dr. P. Rama Devi Garu, Kerala Sangeet Natak Academy Kalasri Awardee, faculty of University of Silicon Andhra, USA, director of Sri Sai Nataraja Academy of Kuchipudi Dance, an author, a scholar, and a wonderful human being. So I welcome Dr. P. Ramadevi Garu to this panel of discussion. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi, Priyanka. I'm really
Hello, ma'am.
so proud of you, seeing you growing. I bless you that God should give you more opportunities because you are a very intelligent, bold, strong girl. You will, I am sure you will create the opportunities and you will really reach the pinnacle in the field of dance. I'll be very happy and eager to see you. And this is the first, not first steps, you have already climbed a few steps. So, and this is a wonderful concept you have come up with it. And I know this is a very short period you have taken this idea also. That's what I'm so excited with you. And I mean, you get the idea also. If a small rod is there, you will hold it and you will climb on it. That is your nature. All the young girls should have this. They have to learn this. So it's a wonderful, and I'm so glad that you called me as the first. I mean, the respect, how much ever. I know your love, what you have towards me, but this really made me very happy and proud. My heartful blessings. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure that you have accepted the invitation. And I proudly present that my guru is my first speaker today. Thank you, ma'am. Moving ahead, I would now welcome a very graceful Bharatanatyam guru from Bangalore, Dr. Padmaja Suresh Garu, Karamveer Chakra Awardee, Director of Atmalaya Academy, an avid writer, dance columnist on metaphysics and Natya. So I am proud to present Dr. Padmaja Suresh Garu, a very multi-talented guru, to this discussion today. Welcome, ma'am.
Satgurave Namaha. Thank you so much for inviting me, Priyanka ji. And I'm so happy to be seeing my beloved sister, I should say, sister through the art, a guide for me, Dr. Rama Devi here. I'm very, very happy to be a part of this great venture that you've started. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to invite Satriya Guru from Assam, Srimati Sharodi Saikia ji, Sangeet Natak Academy awardee, Director of Rangayan Academy. She has an history of 5 decades of being a learner, performer, researcher, choreographer, and she is also a recipient of Tagore National Scholarship. So we welcome you, ma'am. Thank you for the presence.
Thank you, Priyanka. It's really very nice to be in touch with you. I thank the Department of Language and Culture, Telangana State, and Hiranmayi Natya Shala for having given me this opportunity to be with you all. But for me, it's going to be a learning experience, uh, as I'm not much into the scholarly deliberations like Ramadevi ji and Padmaja ji. We have been knowing each other quite well, I mean, for quite some time. And I must congratulate you for this title given to this discussion, Natya, this Manthan. Manthan has so much into it, but I must congratulate you and all my love to you. And one more thing, I must make it clear here. I'm not a guru. I'm just a student of Patriya dances of Assam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So we would be beginning our first episode of Natya Manthan. The topic for today's episode is Shivatva in dance. We all know that Lord Shiva is considered to be the Lord of dance, and he is the everything for a dancer. Everything we do, even it could be a Gajja Puja or it could be an Arangetram, it all starts with his blessings. So, as an artist, I have experienced a lot of movements when I was learning with my guru, especially an item called Shivashtakam. When she was teaching me the nuances of this item, I could feel that Shiva is really present, maybe not in a physical form, but he's always there, he's always looking at us, and art is a huge channel for experiencing that Shivatva. So, I would first like to define the word Shivatva out of my experience that it is a state of mind, or it could be called like it's a final destination of a journey where we are trying to reach Lord Shiva. And he's immense, he's the most intense, and anything in this universe is possible only with his blessings. So, with this topic of Shivatva, I would like to understand how a dancer, through her art, through her portraying of any particular composition or a character or any rasa, how a dancer can channelize the journey of a viewer to reach Lord Shiva. So I would like to define this topic as Shivatva in dance, nothing but how dance or dancer can be a channel to reach Lord Shiva. So I would like to start this discussion with my beloved guru, Dr. P. Ramadevi Garu. And if I have to reframe my question again, holding all the points, I would like to what a dancer can, or what is the contribution of a dancer to take the viewers towards Shivat.
Thank you. It's a very huge topic you have asked, but in a short period we have to answer because you have a few more questions also. So before you said giving the answer, how a dancer will take the audience, or first we have to reach to that Shivatva. We have to prepare ourselves. That's why they made that, that iconography, that beautiful statue of Shiva. I was always very, not only me, every dancers are fascinated with that. We know, but very few know the significances of each. So when you go to Vedic period, it was the name those times they used to worship Indra, Agni, and Rudra. There was no Shiva. Rudra is means very fearful person for destruction. It was. And later, slowly, the Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva came. So the Shiva took the powers from Indra and Agni, and he became the Shiva, it seems. There are various stories in our Puranas and all. He has third eye, which represents the wisdom. Indra is known as Sahasra Chakshu. From him he took the eye, it seems, and from the Agni he took the when you compare the Rudra and Shiva, Rudra is very fearful and Shiva is Shanta. And where he has 5 activities as Nataraja's that picture. If you see, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirobhava, and Anugraha. So Srishti, from the Dhamaru, and Sthiti and his leg, and Samhara with the Agni, and Tirobhava with his leg stamping the Mulayaka, okay, and Anugraha. First, we have to kill that one. Seeing his Nataraja Swami, when he stamped the Mulayaka, the ignorance in us, our mind, that this body is made up of Pancha Koshas. That Manomaya Kosha, which is not visible, that is the main reason for all this ego. I want, mine. We are never satisfied with anything. So first we have to kill that. With the ideal, we have to learn. And the knowledge, what he has, the Agni, the Netra, Trinetra, which he got it from Indra. All these things we have to, as a dancer, we have to understand. First, because when you are dancing on the stage, we are not doing what we want. We are portraying a character, or we are portraying the lyrics, what is there in the song. Now you said the Shiva Ashtakam, which is written by me, I taught you. Because I just meditated on him, I felt like that, and I wrote what all his attributes he is having. So first we have to empty. Our mind is a vessel. This body itself, that's why we are called as Patra. We have to first empty it. And then we have to fill with that character. If you keep all those feelings, you cannot. So how you will get that concentration? Meditate on the Shiva. That's why dancers will always have Nataraja as the god. Because he is, you asked for the Tandavas also. The Tandava also, I think the second question. Okay, I will not go for that. The second question only I will say. So when the third eye is for Jnana and knowledge, we don't have third eye, but we have to really get that. We have to think that we are another form of Shiva. We have to completely yogic power, we should have that to present. And when you see the Ardhanarishwara, Shiva is Ardhanarishwara, the Shakti. And that's why when you see the Nataraja idol, the left ear will be having the Parvati's earring, and here it is Makara Kundala, which is showing the Shivatva, Ardhanarishwara, Prakriti Purusha, that is the initiation for the Srishti. And his right leg, as I said, that Apasmara or Mulayaka, it is suggesting that he is crushing the ignorance. We have to crush whatever ignorance, whatever the ego we have, we have, and that circular frame is called as Prabha Mandalam. It is the vast space and fullness of the universe. And his Jata Juta, which is flying, is the, again, the Vyom space. And when you see the kind of Tandavas, references will be little different from one text to another. The first one is Ananda Tandava. Actually, there are only two Tandavas we have to say, Ugra Tandavam and Ananda Tandavam. Later, this, when he is very happy and after the Srishti, when he dances, it is Ananda Tandavam. And when he destroys and he dances, it is the Ugra Tandavam. So, in Ananda Tandavam at Kanaka Sabha, he danced in the Chidambara, the Tillai they call it, in the august presence of all the celestial beings and gods. And the next Sandhya Tandava, he danced under the tree called Ashodhama, it seems. Only unknown things, because there are so many youngsters are listening to it. That's why I'm telling. And in like this, no, I will be explaining. Different names are given, but basically it is he with the, see, when we are happy, we really dance, we joy. That is the dance. So when we keep Shiva's all the Saivism, that ideas, you know, we will be a successful dancer or actor to attract the audience, because you have emptied yourself and you imbibed all the characters of that character what you are portraying. And when the audience are watching, they'll forget everything. That is the power of visual. When you have seen the read the origin of dance, Indra and other Dipalakas went and asked Brahma what Kridanayam, which is audible and visible also. Because when eyes are concentrating, it will get into your mind very well, and it settles also. Only if you are hearing, the diversion will be little not very strong. So here the audience, we are attracting them. You have to attract them with your abhinaya, and that abhinaya should be completely as the character is. I always tell in the class also, when you are performing a character, there should not be Priyanka there. If it is you are doing Shiva, it should be Shiva. If it is Ravana, Ravana. Only Sita, Sita. Each character is different. We have to understand and do that. That is why first we have to clear our mind. We have to remove the ego. Don't feel that I am a great, I have 60 years of experience, I am a great dancer, I can really mesmerize with my performances to all the audience. First, you have to take out that ego. As Sharodi ji said, it is our humbleness that sorry to say, I am not a guru, I am a student. Yes, till the death we are the students. Children with love they may call guru or the adhyapaka or the teacher, but we should not feel that. Even today, I may learn from you that this student, always be a student. Then naturally you will grow. And if you want to be a real dancer, a successful dancer means not getting awards, names and money. The audience should say, my God, she really. Now, how we talk about Amitabh Bachchan or big actors? Because their acting is so much of impact on us. That's why we have to keep the Nataraja in us, in our mind. That is why all the dancers, actors, for any, when it comes to Kala, he is the God. Thank you.
Beautiful, ma'am. I'm sure all the young dancers who are listening to us on YouTube and Facebook right now, they must have got like so much of exposure to so many things. Like you have actually covered the mythological parts, the technical dance part. You have explained the entire Nataraja. And I'm actually so mesmerized, like you have told so many things in such a short time. So thank you, ma'am. That was really a very insightful answer from you. Thank you so much. I would again now request Padmaja Garu. My question, if I have to ask you the same question, in the perspective of the work that you have done, like we all know that you have started this TV serial where you have been showcasing Shaivism, Tantra through dance, Natya Tantra. So I was actually really inspired that Tantra, such a intense topic, like not an easy thing to handle. Just even reading about it gives us goosebumps. And you have actually encapsulated that into dance, and you have created this TV serial Natya Tantra. So having this exposure, having this experience, I would like to reframe the question: how a dancer can reach Shiva in person Bharatanatyam.
Okay. Ramaji made our task very easy because she's covered, as you said, the Karma Khanda, the Jnana Kanda. She brought in Upanishad, she brought in the ritual. So, adding on to that, with whatever few words I can get, is this Bharatanatyam, as you know, traces back to Sadir, the temple dance, right? What is evolved. And in the Sadir format, there were so many dance items that were worshipped as part of the Shaiva Agamas. And the temple dancer is believed to be a messenger of the Lord, carrying herself and all the people within her vicinity towards Shivahood. Okay. Now, the very entry of a dancer, today we have the Margam, evolved from few hundreds of years. I'm talking with Bharatanatyam perspective exactly. Is when you use a dance number like an Alaripu or a Pushpanjali or a Todayam, you start off with some Bijaksharams like Tadhit Tomanam, various formations of that, with no specific meaning as such, isn't it? So the very sound vibration starts. The evolution from sound starts there. We are taking people on a journey. This entire dancing that we are doing is aimed for a personal journey, along with that, a community who is aspiring to go from the gross, mundane, worldly, egoistic identities towards the ultimate bliss of Shivam. Shiva to Shivam. Okay? Now, the very first introduction itself brings you to understand the sound vibration, the spanda, the dhvani. Then you have one more, some swara comes, the alapana comes. So from the syllable becomes a word, becomes a sentence, becomes a song, a poem, danced, and now the next number, shabdam. Expression starts. The drama begins. Okay? The light, the sound, the creative aspect. This is how, within the framework, the temple dancer, we do hardly 7 or 8. They had more than 70 numbers. Okay? The whole day was part of agamic worship. the very important number which today is called as the Padavarnam. Okay, the Varnam that we are doing itself was to evoke the rasa in the central deity in the temple. The rasa was aimed at the Shiva, Swami Nanundan Adivai. Every song, you have the Telugu Varnams, all of them were aimed at the deity. So today too, what should be our aspiration is, the people are watching, but who is watching you, whom we have kept on the pedestal on the stage, the Lord Nataraja. So your aim is to connect with that supreme energy. And the Jivatma connecting with the Paramatma, that exactly was even the format of the Varnam. The central piece was aimed at that. Today we have several variations. We have fast forward Varnams, we have glimpses of it, we have jatis which go for miles together. But that is how today's yuga is able to take dance. But Natya Manthan being your objective, we are trying to now cull out what is the essence of the dance. So Varnam, the central piece, actually takes you to the subtlest level. The Shaiva Agama also includes the Shakti Path, okay? The great Adi Guru Bharada himself was a Shaiva. You all know that. But the path taken is the Shakti Path. That is the Tantra. It is Devi, it is the goddess who's vibrating, who's moving. If you remove the Ikara from Shiva, what do you get? You get only a corpse. So it is she who activates all the deities, whether it is Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Maheshwara, Sadashiva, the Panchakritya are all activated by that Ambal. And using that Shakti in you, the energy in you, it is energy which moves, it is energy which makes you think. Every moment this energy is vibrating as Shiva Shakti in us, that rhythm in us, that Tadhitomnam within us, and within the audience who's watching you. So that is the connect. The Sahridaya Prekshaka is able to identify the Shiva Shakti union within his heart. And from that Jivatma Paramatma union, we are at the subtlest level. The format even brings you back to the grossest. Then you have Padams, you have Javadis with Samanya Vinaya, talk about the world. And then you have a beautiful Tillana, which is even the Kumbha Arati in the temple was doing the Pradakshanam with this. So it is a celebration with the renunciation, Shiva, Shakti together. The world drama that we are bringing in front of the people's eyes, thanks to the greatest work of Natya Shastra, is nothing but replicating the greatest drama happening every moment. Today we are all trying to come out of being victimized by the soul in the world, right? What is saving us is the fact that we realize we are actors. Nata Raja. We are actors. Ranganatha or Nataraja, the mystics who became the Sri Ranganatha or the Sri Chidambara Nataraja, they're only telling you that you have a role to play. You have the character to enact. Do it with beautiful involvement. Your purpose is to come out of that, watch with the third eye, the Sakshi, the witness, the Shiva which opens in you, that you are not the actor in the ultimate sense. In the ultimate bliss that you are Shivam. Watch yourself doing these roles. Now for that, Nataraja, the Bindu, the unchanging Ardhanarishwara on the right, and the changing Shakti, the one who is the world Rama. The left is doing all this dancing, all this acting. But she takes you the left points, the left leg. Bow down to her. It is she who takes and opens the doorways to Shiva. And every moment you dance, look at it as a sacrifice of yourself. You are getting an opportunity, as Bharata says, face Mrityu on one side of the Sringara Kaksha. Get yourself adorned. Come out of the other side, you are able to obliterate even the karmic impurities, all the malas that are surrounding you. So, what a great yaga! 1,000 rituals that you do, people have been doing for so many thousands of years. You can get within a fraction of a moment in perfect laya. So, the way you go to it is first and foremost elimination of your egocentric I-ness and minus. That is Shiva. Shiva burns it off. He completely removes all that you want to hold on and say, this is me. Unless you have removed that, you will not be able to even see him or get to him. It will be only a pradarshana or an entertainment. It will not be a sacrifice. Okay? So, with these few words, I give it to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I was literally feeling the goosebumps when you were talking about the goddess, the way she dances, the way she encapsulates all the different energies. So it's really beautiful to know that a dancer has this capacity of bringing such a knowledge to the common person. And as a dancer, I feel so blessed that I could learn dance. My guru thought that I am eligible to learn dance. So this is really like I feel so blessed being a dancer, listening to all that you said. I'm sure like all this, if we directly tell to the common audience, some of them might understand, some of them might not. But when it is shown through art, I'm sure most of them will understand. So it's really a significant role played by artists. So thank you, ma'am, for that insightful discussion. And now I would like to go ahead to Sharodi ma'am. We all know that Satriya is more of a Vaishnavite tradition. We see a lot of Krishna related songs, the Ashtapadis being performed. So a lot of Krishna Leelas we see. So I was like really curious to see the Shiva part or the Shiv Shakti part if, in Satriya's perspective. So I want you to talk about that, ma'am.
Sorry. In the beginning itself, I said it's going to be a learning experience for me. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. And the learning process has already started. It started with Priyanka, who said Shivatva is a state of mind. Then it was Rama Devi ji. She said, kill the self, kill ego. That is one way of reaching the destination. And now Padmaja ji has so elaborately said about the energy concept coupled with concept compassion of Shiva. Now, as Priyanka has said, Satriya is quite different in the sense that we come from a Vaishnavite culture, the tradition, in which the principal deity is Krishna. Although Shiv is considered to be one of the benevolent trinity, but Krishna is everywhere. In all the scriptures, in all the writings, in all the compositions of Srimanta Shankardev and Sri Sri Madhav Dev, who were the fountainhead of Satriya culture, Krishna is there almost everywhere. There are mentions, Shiva also finds a place in it, but mostly it is Krishna, and the Tandava that we talk about is Krishna Tandava. In any case, apart from that, what we get to learn by the epithets of Shiva. Who was Shiva or who is Shiva? We imagine him in various forms. Uh, Shiva, the auspicious one, Shambhu, the benign one, Shankara, the beneficent one, Mahesha and Mahadeva, the great Lord. What are the images that we have in our mind? We see him in pacific mood with his consort Parvati. We see him as a cosmic dancer, the Nataraja. We see him as a naked ascetic, as a mendicant beggar, a yogi, a Dalit accompanied by Bhairava, then the Ardhanarishwara that both Rama Devi ji and Padmaja ji have spoken about. Ascetic but master of fertility, master of both poison and medicine. These are the different forms, the various forms that we imagine him as to be one. His dance, mostly all of us know about the Tandava, which dance for both creation as well as destruction. His compassion, we all know about the Bhakta Vatsala. Even Ravana was blessed by him. Ravana, the character, which are not exactly appreciated by all. He also got compassion of Lord Shiva. Tantra has already been discussed. Assam being a place of Tantra, the base of Tantra, you must be knowing Pragjyotishpur and Kamakhya, Kamrupa, where Kamdeva got his form back. Kamdeva, who was into ashes by the wrath of Shiv, he got his form back. That is why that place was called Kamrupa, the present Assam. And a part of Sati's body, a very important part, the yoni fell there in the Nilachal hills, where the Kamakhya is there at the moment. Notwithstanding all these, how as a dancer we see Shiva and how what we can convey to the viewers. That is the point now. What I feel is embodied in his form itself, his form of Nataraja. As Ramadevi ji has already explained, his dances explains it all. His form as Nataraja surrounded by the lamps, a lamp in one hand, Damru in another, serpent is in another, then Abhay Mudra. All this put together, and darkness of ignorance under his feet. And all this put together, what does it mean? What does it lead to? It leads to excellence. It leads to angik shuddhata. So the dancer has the responsibility of portraying his or her dance form in a correct angik. And through the angik shuddhata only, the excellence can come, and through excellence only, we can go for rasanispatti. In Satriya, everything is dipped into devotion, the Navadha Bhakti. Shravan Kirtan is the first Vandan Shravan Kirtan, and at the end it's Atmanivedan. Everywhere it is only devotion, devotion, and at the end the Rasa Nispatti is in Bhakti, in which both the performer as well as the audience, they come to the same point. If they are to cry, they will cry. If they are to smile, they will smile together. So that is usually for Krishna, because most of the compositions are on Krishna. Most of the compositions of Srimanta Shankardev and Sri Madhav Dev are on Krishna. As such, even the Tandava is Krishna Tandava. Tandava on Kalinaga. That is Krishna. But that doesn't mean that we do not have the concept of Shiva. He is there in compositions like Har Mohan, Mohini Avatar. He is there very much. In some other areas also, like the Ojapali. Ojapali is a dance form in which the Oja, the leader, narrates a story with the help of the Palis, his followers. In that also, we get a mention of Shiva in various forms. Then we have the Devdhani. Devdhani, which is a part of Ojapali, as well as it is also performed in the Kamakhya temple, in which the dancer gets said to be possessed, and a different kind of dance follows. Okay, all these are there, but Satriya as such is more on Krishna, about Krishna. Am I clear a bit? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And I actually wanted to know like how Satriya dancers look up to Shivatva in dance, and it's so nice to hear that the Tandava form, the Nataraja form, all that we see in Kuchipudi, Bharatanatyam, it is similar in Satriya also. So it is an indication that maybe the languages are different, the region is different, but
As you
ultimately
said, it's
Shiva
a
is
state
Shiva.
of
So
mind that
he is
needs
the
to be transferred from the dancer to the audience. The state of mind, which we can also call rasanispatti, right? So from the dancer, it is to go to
right.
the audience and to come back. We are to be at par, all of us to be together. Whether it's
Can I just
Krishna
add
or
one sentence here? Sharodi ji, Krishna and Priyanka and Rama Devi ji also will agree that among the Ashtotra Namavali of Krishna, Tribhangi Lalita Krutaye Namaha is one of it. So Krishna is nothing but Lalita or Shakti. So that is how Shiva is not different from Shiva at all, worship of Krishna. And most
the
of our
Trinity,
traditions of
different
dance
forms of the
started with
Trinity.
Shiva, then
There is
slowly
one
over a
God
period of time,
and manifested by the Trinity.
Very true, ma'am. Very true. So it's actually teaching us oneness, like diversity is so much, but still it is one. Everything is one. We call it different names, but it's ultimately one. It's a huge message that you have given today to the audience watching us.
As Padmaja ji said, from Devi only all the three, Mahavishnu, Shiva and Brahma has come. And Shiva Tandavam, how much important in Krishna Tandavam also it is. And in the north, it is the Krishna cult was more. And in the south, it was the
In Satya, there is
Shaivism
also
was.
one more thing, which is a bit different from the north. That is, we do not have the concept of Radha. All the gopis are equal. There is no concept of a special Radha.
Yes.
All gopis, Jata Gopi, Tata Krishna.
I think it's a great effort of Jayadeva who made Radha
Yes.
Even in
Mhm.
Andhra region also, we don't have much of Radha, this one, because she is taken over by Satyabhama. Because Andhra, it's also the Bhagavatar, they have believed that that is the relation between the Krishna and Radha or Krishna and Satyabhama. They felt that Krishna and Radha, Satyabhama is more sacred. That's why the Bhama Kalapam, which is
Yes.
very famous in all the traditions or dancers in Andhra, Telugu land, whether it is folk people or Chindayakshaganam or Turpu Bhagavatam or Kuchipudi, it is the Krishna and
I'm so happy
Satyabhama
that
and
you have
Rukmini.
brought up this
There is not much of
Satyabhama Kalapam here. We also have, I mean, a Shankadev composition that is a dance drama, Ankiya Nat, we say, a play in which dance, music,
Yes,
vachika, everything is there, and that is called, this name of
yes.
this particular one is Parijata Haran, in which Krishna, Rukmini, and
It
Satyabhama,
is
those are the main characters.
It is yes, it is Parijata Paharanam. Later it was called as Bhama Kalapam. Siddhendra Yogi wrote the Parijata. Not only Siddhendra Yogi, many poets have written on the same Parijata. And it's all through the Bhakti
Yes,
movement. That is the time, the effect of Gita Govinda, all these dance forms, took Deshi dance
yes.
forms,
This was taken
arised
as an
and propagated.
instrument of actually spreading the new cult, new Vaishnavite cult at that
Yes,
time. And as Priyanka
yes,
has said that we may have different forms, but ultimately it's one unity in diversity across the country.
yes.
Okay.
This is the actual essence of the word manthan, I would say. I see some of our live audiences have like kids also who are asking what is the exact meaning of manthan. So this is what I would like to tell them. This brainstorming of gurus sitting together is leading so much of elixir, so much of nectar that we students from the other side are able to experience. So I'm so happy that this is being done through me. Lord Shiva has chose me, and thank you, ma'am, all of you for making this discussion so fruitful. I would now request you all to please talk about Tandava, especially. Few lines of Tandava. How is it different from the general dances that we see? Lasya Tandava, how extremely different they are. Also followed by a small a demo, because I'm sure all the people who are watching this right now, they are somehow feeling that, like me, they are somehow feeling that they want to see you all perform also. Maybe a small snippet of any item. I would like to request you all after you speak about two lines about Tandav. So please, ma'am, I would start with Dr. P. Ramadevi Karu.
So Tandava, there are Sapta Tandavas are there. So as I said, but when I was going through, because we know about Tandava, but we don't know. I mean, what all the Nataraj Ramakrishna Garu in his book Dakshinati Charitra so beautifully explained the Sapta Tandavas. No, the we have so many stories. Actually, Shiva means what? There is no Rupam, it's the soul. No, he's naked. There is a beautiful story I always admire, I cherish, and I want to share it here also. So Shiva, as a is yogi, Adi yogi, he was just wandering like that. When he was wandering near the Chidambaram, I'm remembering the forest, Dandakaranya somewhere. So the he's such a handsome person also. All the munis in the forest, their wives looked at him and they really mesmerized with his handsomeness, and in mind they were, talking about his handsomeness and all. Coming to know about the minds of his wives, all the munis were really worried. So they thought he's an ordinary person who is wandering nakedly. What is this? So they created a Maya tiger and they sent the tiger onto him. and Shiva killed it and he wore that skin. That's why Yagra Charmadhari he is. We show that, tiger skin he is wearing. Then they sent all the snakes. Even in the idol also, the snakes will be there. He wore it as his ornaments. Snakes are so dangerous. Like that, there are so many dangerous things are there around us. We should be wise how to handle those snakes. He wore it as his ornaments. Then they sent Agni. Then they sent that Maraguju dwarf who is stamped by his feet. So when he killed or he stamped on him and he danced for the first time, that was the Tandavam. He did it for the first time. And then they realized, oh, this is not an ordinary person. He is God himself. So later, people and all came, all the deities, gods came and asked him, how did you dance there? Okay, then he showed it seems. And the Ananda Tandava also, after the creation. And even when you see the Ananda Tandava, Sandhya Tandava, Uma Tandava, Gauri Tandava, Kalika Tandava, Tripura Tandava, these, the depiction of Shiva, some places he is having 4 arms, some places he is having 8 arms, some places he is having 16 arms, and his legs also only 2, but sometimes it is in the Urdhvapada, sometimes it is the Samapada, sometimes it is in the Gaja this Pada. So it is, it is my opinion, my view I am saying. So according to the situation, we have that power, as Padmaja ji said, we have that power in us. We have to bring out that 16 arms in us to face the situation. Or, I feel like that because he is the Shakti in him only, as Padmaja said, without Devi, there is nothing. She is the person who runs the show. Even in family also, it is the mother. There are some cartoons also with 10, 16 hands. She will be holding everything she is doing. That is how even a dancer, when we are performing on the stage, you are not doing one act, one kriya you are not doing. You are concentrating on the lyrics, you are concentrating on the song, you are concentrating on the laya, and you are doing different characters, especially when you are doing solo dances. It is drama means you do one character, it is only one character. But when you are depicting so many characters, your mind is always occupied. What next? What next? What next? You have to do. And at the same time, you have to concentrate on the various components of the Natya. So how much of concentration and power you should have? From where you will get? It's in you. You bring out that power. That power is in you. My proud Priyanka also has that. She is a very powerful girl. We all, the moment you feel, Ammo, I can't do this, you can't do. The Tandava name, according to each situation, different Sandhya Tandava, because he danced in the Sandhya time. Gauri Tandavam, he danced with the Gauri. And Kalika, Devi, he danced. Tripura, after the Tripura Samhara, the 3 cities he destroyed. And that's a wonderful story. You have to, the 3 cities, the 3 Tripura sons, they built 3 cities with iron, gold, and silver. And it will be rotating. After some years, everybody, that is the ego, they thought that nobody can do anything to us. They are troubling people. So everybody went and approached Shiva. Now you can only destroy him. even there also, you will not, and when you can destroy the 3 cities, when it comes to in one alignment, then only with the arrow you can shoot it. So the Meru Parvatam, Shiv, Vishnu, Brahma, everybody helped. But they say before shooting the arrow, when the 3 Puras came into one alignment, Shiva with his smile he burned. That capable he is. But later we created so much for you. If you don't use that weapon, it is a shame on us. So please, Brahma will tell Shiva, please use that arrow. Then he shoots. That capable is Shiva. So every person, we have Shiva in us. We have all the Tandava capacity in us. Use that. That is what I feel about the, whether it is Tripura Samharam or Ananda Tandavam or Sandhya Tandavam, whatever it is. Yes. But for each one, there is a rhythm is there. I mean, that is what the text are saying. And I have the Sir's Ratraj Ramakrishna Garu's. I mean, I think every of our dancers should have that Dakshinati Charitra. It was in Telugu, but it is now translated in English also. You must read that.
Thank you, ma'am. It was very relatable for a common person to how to inculcate the Tandava concept in a normal life, not just focusing on dancers. You have answered it relatably for all of us. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request Dr. Padmaja Garu to please talk about Tandava and, if possible, show us a demo also.
Yeah, the demo, I thought we'll do it after all of us talk and one after the other again. So I was waiting for that. So we know about the chapter on Tandava Lakshana, right? So how she was demonstrated. And the 108 Karanas, we all will agree that out of that became so many different art forms evolved. Some of them you can find more in Kuchipudi, some in Bharatanatyam, some in Kshatriya, some in Odissi. So what is the pivotal issue here is that all these 108, out of that there is one which is called Leena, which depicts the mind, where you are completely in consonance, a still mind. The rest 107, there is a movement, and each of them are supposed to make your nadis shuddha. So they all vibrate your 108, including one as the mind. So the marmas are vibrated whenever you're doing these karanas. And Bhujanga Trasika, we know, is later on evolved into the Nataraja posture. Now, out of these karanas, what is important for us to take is, as dancers today, when I'm showing in Bharatanatyam, which all postures that I am using. For example, I use the Dhamaru, okay? Nadraja, commonly I use this. Then I'm using the Tripurandra. Okay, so when I'm showing the Shivalingam also, the lingam, the cosmic, the flame out of which everything evolved, and then the Shakti part, the world which is emanated or evolved out of this egg and become the Hiranyagarbha and has become the whole cosmos. Okay, when you do the Panchaksharas Kriti of Adi Shankara, it will be clear when each of these have a specific meaning. Now, when we're doing Shiva's posture, traditionally we also do this. This is to show the Agni. This is to show again the mind, which keeps on moving, like jumping like a deer, and how you have to keep it under control. Now, the very fact that the serpents are moving, I'm looking at the metaphysical aspect also. All these denote the lower serpent, because when your Nataraja shows that all the Panchavayus are in perfect harmony and balance. The ones below the Nabhi, okay, the serpents that drag you to the world. All of them have become his ornaments, and he has become the perfect yogi who is a master of his serpent power, the Kundalini Shakti. Krishna also dancing on top of the Kaliya signifies that he is the master yogi beyond all these serpents. Nagendraharaya, Trilochanaya, Bhasmagaragaya. Everything has become Bhasma. Nityaya Shuddhaya, as Madam said, always auspicious, pure white, distilled purity. Now the colors associated with the Trinities is Brahma is red for creation. Okay. Vishnu becomes blue. There is para, apara. Apara, the creation, para, apara, transcendental as well as the worldly with Vishnu. Again, burns, 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 finally becomes pure white. And that is Shiva's color. Complete annihilation of everything. So this is what you have to intend to bring out in yourself when you're doing a Shiva Nataraja Padanidhar, Padam Tuki, the Ananda Tandava that you're doing, complete blissful Tandava. So there is no egoistic tendencies at all. You've come to the Sadashivam level where the Anugraha has descended on you and to the people. The people are also feeling so light and happy. So the two aspects, as Ramaji said, the Rudra, who is wild and who's depicting what this world Maya can do to you, and the one in perfect repose, Ananda Thandava. Okay, so now Nataraja Kavutvam, that is a typical part of the Thanjavur school that we usually do. That I would like to demonstrate and show to you all. Various other postures I was thinking of. Maybe when I'm dancing, I will get that idea of what we show in the various, the moment you say Nataraja, we have to, I think it's the most competitive edge that if the dancer is able to hold the Nataraja properly, I would say he or she will be a good dancer. Because otherwise, if it shakes and you're never going to be able to balance it well. And the Chidambaram Nataraja, who's a Nadanta posture, the Agamas describe him as the ultimate bliss. You put a drop over here, it will just fall down in complete semblance. It will never go right or left. It will have to be in one straight line. And when we show this thing, what is it? The Shakti comes and holds it here. If she doesn't hold him on his throat and the poison goes down, there will be no creation. So her drama will be gone. So she stops it here because she has a role to play. And all the Neelam here, the poison means what? Indriyas have to be completely in control. Bharata also says, no, Indriya Nigraha, very important for all of us to be actors. Chitta Shrama Pragalbha, Indriya and all the Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, everything in control. And all this poison means what? All the Pancha Indriyas, this, touch, taste, everything is on this. That you have to be focused towards Brahman or Shiva. Only then you will be able to take people beyond Maya through this Mayavi dance. The mind which has to be destroyed is also the instrument which can take you beyond the mind. So use the mind in proper consonance is what this dance shows to you. Okay, thank you.
I have really no words, ma'am. Like, I don't know if I can even reciprocate to what you have spoken. I'm so like, I can say like most of us who are watching must have understood clearly about how you said mind can be an instrument to transcend mind. That's a really intriguing point. Like we always think mind is the enemy and that is a target. We never thought like mind could be a part of the journey also. Thank you, ma'am. That was really beautiful. And now I would like to request Srimati Sharodi ji to please talk about how you have Lasya and Tandava differentiated in Satriya.
Krishna, that too in a few episodes, in a few occasions, like Kali Naga and all. The entire dance form is actually Lasya. Whether it's done by, we have two styles, both masculine as well as feminine, both are Lasya. you can say. Even the male dancers, they also resort to lasya, mostly lasya. It's madhur bhava all the time. So Nataraj is not, as I said, not principal deity, but Natavar Krishna. And regarding, I'd like to say a few lines about Sandhya Tandava and Samhara Tandava, which are both opposite. One is for creation, and the other is for annihilation. I'd like to add here, in today's context, what is this Samhara Tandava? Let us go back to yes, to the beginning.
It's happening now.
Hare Krishna ji said about Hare Krishna ji said about Corona, the pandemic. Can we equate the dance of the Corona, this dance unleashed by the Corona? Can it be equated with the cosmic dance of annihilation? Can we? It is like that now. It's a cycle, and every time the cycle ends, the new cycle begins. One cycle is destroyed, annihilated, and the next cycle begins. The creation begins. In Satya, how Shiva is brought in. I'll just have one small demo, and I'll end with that. That's an Nandi Sloka from a Nat, from a play, Ankyanat. यत्पाद पंकजा रजः शिरसा सुरेश शर्वदयो दिविषा दोहति मुद्वद वहन्ति ए राम यत् कीर्तनात् कलिमलं मनुजास्तजन्ति कृष्णस्य तस्य चरणं शरणं व्रजीवा हे राम. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. We wish actually we could see you perform live instead of online session like this. Maybe very soon we'll get this opportunity of seeing you live. That was really beautiful, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving us this virtual platform where we can meet. Thank you.
Yeah, it's actually more of, a selfish thing because I wanted to see like gurus coming together and talking about such huge topics. So it will really help us. So my only intention was for letting me know and my generation know about you. So I'm not sure like I did anything
You
for
are
you.
leading the path, and we are also going to follow it.
That's really very humble about you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Now I would like to request Dr. P. Ramadevi Karu to present a small demo of any, maybe some poses of Shiva or anything that you can show the audience.
I'm doing you as a, I mean, the viewers say can say, I mean, Kuchipudi dancer. And Kuchipudi the Bhagavatulu, they were the Shaivites. I mean, they were doing in the beginning after the Samskrita Rupakas, when it came to the Uparupaka time, it's the Shivalila Natyam. There is two kinds of Shivalila and Vishnu Leela Natyam. And the more north region was, as Sharodi said, it is Krishna. The southern region only, it is more of Shaiva. So the temples also, you all know, Shiva temple and Vishnu temple, Devi temple. So the dance was started only to educate people and to to develop the bhakti. And the southern region, it was ruled by Kakatiyas and the Vijayanagara, and these two vast empire, they propagated and promoted dance. So during the Kakatiya time, it was Shaivism, more of Shiva dance. When after the 9th century, when Muslim kings, they ruled over us. It was the Bhakti movement started and the Bhagavata Mela Nataka started. Even today in Kuchipudi, their Kuladevata is Ramalingeshwara Swami. But what we are doing, the Bhama, Kalapam, everything is on Krishna. That's why we don't have a particular repertoire that we only do this. Ours is a vast thing in Kuchipudi. And we, for everything, Shiva and Krishna means, yes, Krishna. Equal for us. One is big, one is less. Even Devi. All the three, Saivism, Vaishnavism and Devism, all the three are there in Kuchipudi. And it is comes to Tandava, it is the Ardhanarishwara Tattvam there. Uddhata, Lasya. And Kuchipudi being performed by the men, portraying the female characters, you know, the way they walk, they talk, a man. It is not, we will not say Thandavam, but it is Uddhatam. But when a woman dances, it is Lasya. So they added more Lasya into their body to portray the female characters. So when the tradition I'm talking about now, the Kuchipudi dance, when the male dancing as female, they have to bring the Lasya into them. But the same Lasya, when done by a woman dancer, it will be again different. So the Tandava is what? Uddhatam. It will be having more Karana, Angaharas, Sthanakas, all those things will be there. But the Lasyangas are different. So I just want to show a small, how much duration? One jati is enough? Just to show this one. Okay. I think you can hear your favorite. I'm doing. I didn't prepare for this, but you can see me, no?
Like ma'am said, this is like the most favorite items that I've learned from ma'am, and the way she has choreographed it, especially this jati incorporating both Shiva and Parvati. I feel so happy, ma'am. You chose this jati for today. Thank you so much. And you were like always.
Tyagaraja Kirtana Shambho Mahadeva.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now I would like to request
really
Padmaja
nice
ma'am
to watch
please.
Sharodi ji also enacting some Abhinaya and Rama ji showing the Ardhanarishwara. The contrast with the sudden evocation of Shiva and Shakti on the right and the left was so evident. It's also my favorite Ardhanarishwara Ashtakam, because I told you I'll do Nataraja Kautam, which is about 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes maximum. And what it says, the lyrics say that the one who is incessantly moving, who stands for creation, the whole cycles, And all the movement, although we call it a freeze, we know that there is all the movement, the highest speed, which is beyond even reciting or beyond hearing. That is the speechless and the soundless state in which Chidambaram Nadaraja is, as Tandavar, Muttu Tandavar says. There are so many Papanasam, Sivam, Dikshitars who have given us these Kavatvams. Okay, so I will demonstrate that. Choreography by my guru, Guru Kalyan Sundaram. We belong to that Isai Vellalar. He belongs to the Isai Vellalar community, who are all direct descendants of the quartet. I will recite and dance as much as my vocal cords can take me. Dittak kita taka jam, dittak kita taka jam. Dittak kita taka jim, di jim, kadin di, kadin mitta taka dirikita, 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 dari kita taka ta dim, taka dim, taka dim, tatom. Tadavana Muni Jana Sakala Sura Surasam Nutapada Kini Jam Jam Jana 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 Nu Pura Laya Gati Gana 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 The Hari say Vita Kuduri Kuda Kita Song Ta Ta Zikita Kita Saka Zirikita Kita Saka Song Da Vidam Barra, Tom kita saka, Kum kita saka, Tiri, Lazara, Lam kita saka, Nana kita saka, Bya, Gra, Sam, Hara, Tom kita saka, Tona kita saka, Nan, Diva, Hanna, Nada, Yoga, Priya, Jaganam, Jaganam kita cari tu, Tari, Jaka, Jaya, Sashi, Bu, Shana, Bu, Babayam, Nama, Rupa, Yes, Sati, Chitana, Dana, Esa, Cup, Tommy, Tom, Siti, Nam, Tan, Kitakade, Cook, Jump,
I am.
Priyanka, you remember, we also do this item.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
In our annual.
Yes, yes.
In Kuchipudi also we do the same.
So,
Very
ma'am,
nice.
actually, I feel like I must have done something really big in my previous birth or something that such big gurus have accepted. Put this much of effort to make this episode so beautiful, so informative, and so graceful. You were so like, I could see like Shiva was there, ma'am, when you were performing, when ma'am was performing, when Sharodi ma'am was performing. Somewhere through Lasyam or through Tandavam, he was really there. And that is what we are actually looking like to reach there, what you are now, right now. To go there is our destination. And even if we do what you are doing, at least, a small part of it, I think that's really big for us. Thank you. I feel so happy that you have all come, put so much effort in preparing and performing today. Thank you, ma'am. I really wish I
That
could.
is what Shiva does for all of us. No, he makes us all supremely drugged.
Yes.
With the joy.
Yes.
a true artist and a true Rasika doesn't need any substance.
Exactly.
They're always in that, always.
We need a
in
small
that java.
encouragement,
Yeah,
Get up
whether
and-
you do research or talk or write or whatever, ultimately it is the dancer.
Yes.
The dancing
Exactly.
one who wants to dance and transfer that joy. That's what Shiva can do to
Actually,
you.
you have very well put in the words. Like we are all feeling drugged right now. I don't know about others, but I am really feeling that, and I feel so elated that this is happening in this Natya Manthan. So I wish I could touch your feet, all the three gurus here. So as a virtual bow to you all,
God bless you.
thank you for being here
bless you.
and making this so precious for me. And
Vidya Dadhati Vinayam, that is there and which Rama Devi has instilled, because she's like that. That is what we should transfer to our students, isn't it?
Exactly, ma'am. Really, that's really true because she is like that. We are trying to come maybe one or two steps closer to her, but I'm sure like it's a huge journey for all of us to still travel. And this episode is a big inspiration for me for going ahead with the coming episodes. And I would like to announce all the audiences who are watching us right now that next week we would be coming up with the topic called Mukhabhinaya. And we have gurus from Kudiyattam, Mohiniyattam, and Vilasini Natyam. And I would like to keep it a little a secret, like not to disclose who the gurus would be. So I would request you all to follow the channel, the Facebook page, to know more about who is going to come in the next episode. And it's I'm sure it's going to be equally mesmerizing. I am really short of words right now. Thank you all the gurus here. And one small thing I would again like to mention is, though this Natya Manthan is planned to be on every Sunday, next Sunday, because it is Diwali here and most of the audiences would be busy, so we have planned it on Saturday, which is 14th of November, Children's Day. So I would request you all to please tune in on Saturday and not Sunday for the next week only. After that, again, we'll be on every Sunday. So thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to again mention Kalasri Dr. P. Rama Devi Garu, Dr. Padmaja Suresh Garu, and Srimati Sharodi Saikia Garu for being here, for making this a huge hit for me. I am really blessed that you're all here. Thank you so much. And with this, I would like to conclude this episode, wishing you all good health and be safe during this pandemic. We wish that we all see you all again live very soon, and an advance a very happy Deepavali to all of you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye, Sharodi ji. Bye, Padmaja.
Namaste. Hope to see you all often.